Based off of the insanely popular video game, The Super Mario Bros. The movie is out in theaters now. So talking about what I liked a lot in this movie right off the bat, this movie is called The Super Mario Brothers, and I really liked the relationship of Mario and Luigi in this movie. The movie is quick to show us the brotherly bond between the two, and that is felt throughout the entire movie. The relationship between Mario and Luigi in this film is not only just charming and delightful and endearing, but it's also the heart of this movie, and I really thought that they pulled it off well, even though Mario and Luigi are not in this movie together that often, because the plot does revolve around, as you've seen in the trailers, Luigi is captured, so Mario has to go and save him. That's pretty much the entire movie, but it really does work, and I loved the relationship that they created between the two. And speaking of the trailer, this movie felt like an extended version of all of the trailers that we've gotten in the marketing, and I mean that in a good way, because those trailers really captured the charm and the essence of the Mario games, and that is exactly how this movie feels. This movie, much like how the trailers feel, feels like everyone behind it is very passionate about Mario and all of the lore and history that is there to explore. And with that, the story really does feel like these creators loved certain aspects of Mario and they really wanted to show it on the big screen. They just had to find a way to get a narrative to run through it all. And for the most part, that works really well for this movie. Because yeah, there's not much of a narrative here. There's not much of a storyline here. But just seeing all these things that you've seen from the games come onto the big screen and watching them play out in this film is just so much fun. There is Easter eggs galore in this movie, but the great thing about the Easter eggs is that they don't distract from the movie as a whole. If you're a gamer, if you've played the Mario games, you're going to notice a lot of stuff in this movie, but if you're like me who's played Mario casually and hasn't really played that much in a while, to be honest with you, I noticed some Easter eggs and some references in this movie, and there were some references and Easter eggs that jogged memories that I haven't thought about in a long time from Mario. But it never felt like it took away or distracted me from the movie. They're just a joy to have in this movie, and they're so much fun to explore. The voice acting in this movie also, I loved. I didn't have any complaints with the voice acting. Chris Pratt, who's kind of been the elephant in the room with his casting as Mario, he works in this movie. There are times in this movie where you do hear Chris Pratt, but for a majority of the movie, I felt like Chris Pratt disappeared into the role. I don't know if they did some voice modulation with him in the process of him voicing Mario, but what they did, however they executed it, I thought it worked very well for this movie. Anya Taylor-Joy, fantastic as Peach. Charlie Day fit Luigi in this movie so well. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad was one of my favorite parts. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was probably the show stealer for me, but if it wasn't Donkey Kong, it was definitely Bowser, played by Jack Black. Bowser, much like in the classic Mario games, is our villain in this movie, and I liked what they did with Bowser. They give him this insecurity that I thought was really funny the way it played out in the film. He feels challenged and threatened by Mario, and the way that conflict, mostly internal and mostly in Bowser's head, I thought was really funny and led to some really funny scenes. I won't say that the movie is hilarious, laugh out loud funny all the time, but there are some great bits in here. There's some great gags that are definitely going to have both adults and kids cracking up at times, because this movie is definitely a kids and family movie. It's aimed towards younger kids for sure, and I think kids are going to eat this movie up. But as a 24-year-old adult who has played Mario, even if you've played like a second of Mario in the past, something in this movie is going to click for you, and they really found a great balance of making this work for those kids, but also those adults, and just adults in general who like Mario. Guys, in the end, with the Super Mario Bros. Movie, there are definitely things in here that you can critique and pick apart to pieces, especially when it comes to the narrative, because as I mentioned before, it really does feel like there wasn't much of a narrative there. They definitely just wanted to incorporate a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of levels that they've played in Mario games before and string it along into a movie. And where that can sometimes be a detriment, it's also their greatest strength. This movie is so charming, it's so fun, it's so delightful. Any Mario fan out there is going to love this movie, and I walked out of this film with a big smile on my face going, woohoo! So whether you're a kid, you have kids, you're a family, you're just a grown-up adult who liked playing Mario back in the day, I can give this film a solid recommend to all of those demographics. Is it the greatest movie ever made? Is it the greatest movie this year? No, it's not, but it's a very enjoyable time in the movie theater, and I implore any Mario fan, even if you just slightly like Mario, to check out this film. I think you'll have a great time. Anyway, guys, those are all my thoughts and opinions on the Super Mario Brothers the movie. What did you guys think of Super Mario Brothers the movie? Are you a big fan of Mario? Do you play the games religiously? Comment down below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions. Guys, if you're new here and you haven't already, we have a subscriber goal on this channel. We want to hit 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and with your help, we can hit that goal a lot faster, and we would love to have you join our community over here. We talk about movies a lot, so if you like doing that, you're in the right place. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Maybe hit that like button on the way out. It helps the channel out a lot with that algorithm, and I hope to talk to you guys again real soon.